Third and the final question that we have today that our viewers would like to hear about is about taqiyya. A lot of people, especially in my channel also, when I say things, they accuse that you're doing taqiyya. Okay, so what is taqiyya? If you could please explain that.
Taqiyya as a word, it means like to protect yourself from some sort of threat, right? That's literally what the word means. It has a big place in the group called Shiite Muslims. It has one application in mainstream Islam, and it comes from one ayah in the Quran. And that one ayah, there's a consensus about in which situation, in response to which event, was this verse revealed. So it's chapter 16, verse 106, says, إِلَّا مَنْ كَفَرَ بِاللَّهِ مِنْ بَعْدِ إِيمَانِهِ. There would be a great punishment upon someone who rejected faith after they were, you mean talking about the hereafter. إِلَّا مَنْ أُكْرِهَ وَقَلْبُهُ مُطْمَئِنٌ بِالْإِيمَانِ. Other than one who found themselves forced to reject faith in order to save their life from being killed. And so the situation is that you have a family of Yemeni people, Ammar bin Yasir, that they were from Yemen and they were in Mecca, and they weren't not from a Quraysh tribe. So when they converted to Islam, they were like slaves. And so his mother and his father were tortured to death. They took a spear and put it through his mother from her bottom orifice in front of him. And then they stomped on his dad's chest until he died. So now he is a young man, some 12, 13, 14 years old, whatever it was. He just witnessed his parents get murdered in front of him. So then they came to him, you, Ammar, will you reject this religion of Muhammad and the Islam? He said, I follow your religion. I will worship the idols again. I will go to the Kaaba and worship these statues. And so then he agreed and did that. So then after this, he went to the Prophet ﷺ upset, and he's sad, and he's telling him, and then the verse was revealed. And so now what it's simply saying is, number one, it's not instituting, it's simply commenting on what he did. That in that case, your rejecting Islam was to save your life. It's not that you really didn't believe in it. So if someone's threatening your life, then you can lie about your faith. That's the only application ever known, and it was never really seen. Actually, there are many examples in Islamic history of Muslims who are being tortured by the Christian Empire or the Persian Empire or the Mongol Empire, where they stood on faith. They didn't even apply it, because they said, I want you to know that I believe in the hereafter, and I believe in God and the Day of Judgment, and I will not voice. So we have so many examples of that. So the Shiite religion, if you have to understand the whole politics of it, it was not obviously existent in the time of the Prophet Muhammad. So when the Prophet died, everybody was just following his example, and they believed that whatever the Quran was revealed and whatever he explained and taught and lived by as an example. And everybody did naturally believe, and the Quran emphasizes that the family of the Prophet hold a very special place because they are the closest people to him, both by God's decree of blood lineage and because they live with him, right? And this included wives, children, and so forth. And so these beliefs came up after some political turmoil of some bad decisions made in politics and during the third caliph, that some people started to spread this thing that this problem is because only the family of the Prophet should be. And then they created this belief system that is new, and over time they added many, to the extent that when the one they say should have been the proper ruler, Ali, he became the ruler by everybody. Muslim, Sunni, Shia all agree that the fourth caliph, about 24 years after the Prophet ﷺ had passed away, became the ruler of all Muslims. And he never mentioned to anybody, even all Shiites agree, he never told anybody, the truth is that I was rightly given this position of authority because I'm from the family and we have a holy divine right, and those were wrong. So when you ask them why, they say, well, because he did taqiyya in order to protect stop from more civil wars and all of that. And so then because they have this very divergent belief system that challenges the Quran, it challenges the understanding of divine law, it challenges the understanding of the foundations of Islam through the people who took from the Prophet, and then it just basically protected itself with all these heretical, divergent beliefs from the mainstream for many centuries through this. When you're around people that may take you as a blasphemer or a heretic and challenge you, you just act like you believe whatever they believe, right? And then when you gain political power that has them, then you come out. So in the Iranian Revolution of 1977, 78, whatever it was, when Khomeini came out, he basically declared to the world that the truth is now coming. Like the Mahdi's coming, we're coming, we're the true Muslims. He's basically ending Taqiyya, right? So that became now a big challenge to not only the Arab neighbors who are all mainstream mostly, but the American interests in the resources and the Israeli interests in the power structure. So then that's basically when now we saw that once one gets political power, and people know, if you've ever been to Dearborn, Michigan, there's a large body of Shia. They're very aggressive with their beliefs there because they're the majority and they, this is what we believe, so that's their system, that's their history.
Gotcha. Thank you very much, Imam. So, for the viewers, we heard the explanation about three different things about the marriage of Aisha Siddiqa radiallahu anha with Prophet Muhammad, the apostasy, and also Taqiyya. If you want to know anything about other topics that you have questions about, please say that in the comment, and we will organize another session with Imam where we can sit down and benefit from his knowledge. Thank you very much, Imam. Appreciate that.
Jazakallah khair, beloved.
Assalamu alaikum wa
Alaikum
rahmatullahi
salam
wa
wa rahmatullahi wa
barakatuh.
barakatuh.